Welcome back to a very special episode of Bravo Breaking News. So last time you guys heard from us, we were interviewing the one and only Sophia about her time at Christmas at Kathy's. And if you watched that video, you know how thrilled we were for Sophia, how excited we were to hear about the event, and how we actually manifested an invite for next year.
And you guys, we're here to say we're living proof that manifesting can work. That absolutely came true. But even better, we received an invite for a week later. We didn't even have to wait a full year. So we received a personal invitation from Kathy herself via Instagram, inviting the three of us to her annual holiday pajama party at her home.
I mean, mind blown. So of course we had to invite Sophia back, who attended the pajama party with us, to break down this unforgettable night with us. Thank you for joining us, Sophia.
I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to have a reason to be here. I truly cannot believe the night that we had, and I can't wait to talk about it.
I mean, you were the reason for it all. Truly, you were the impetus. Kathy she watched the video, and she said, please put me in touch with Sophia. And she just absolutely loved what you had to say, how kind you were. And if you guys haven't watched that video yet about the recap of Christmas at Kathy's, make sure you head there first, then come back. We also are going to be doing an unboxing video to show you guys all of the gorgeous swag that we so generously received last night. So make sure you stay tuned for that.
Okay, guys, so our night was truly unbelievable, exceeded every expectation, and you are not going to believe how it ended, guys. So you guys are in for a real treat. So sit back, relax, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any more Bravo Breaking News. But let's dive in, ladies.
Let's do it.
Okay, so first of all, receiving this invitation was just an absolute shock to the system. We were all freaking out, wondering if it was real, screaming, crying, throwing up. Like all of it.
Physically shaking, physically shaking.
But actually meaning it.
Yes. Not just hyperbolically. And so we arrived last night. Of course, we had to live our best housewives life. We had glam done. We got a hotel room. We took an Uber Black again, which we splurged on. You have to. You're arriving at Kathy Hilton's house. You don't show up in an Uber X. No. Rule number one. And one of the great things is that this party was not just a holiday party, it was all for charity. So there were several different charities that benefited from this event. The first one being for LA Mission, which helps underprivileged children. And so everyone arriving to the party had to bring an unwrapped toy for their holiday toy drive so that kids who might not be able to receive Christmas presents were able to get something really nice. And I just love that charitable aspect of all of this.
The tree was absolutely full by the end of the night.
Oh, it was jam-packed. And, exactly, you just love to see things like this. Everyone was very generous.
The night in and of itself was a gift. So the fact that we were then gifted further was just out of control. It was stunning. We got these incredible slippers, these pajamas. I'm sorry.
Shout out to Print Fresh. I mean, Print Fresh is the pajama brand to wear. It is Kathy's pick. This is from Kathy's collab with Nikki Hilton. So amazing. And these pajamas benefit amazing organizations too, like Camp Cocker and Animal Haven. So, I mean, it's just, I love that it's all for charity. Even though we are soaking it up, other people get to benefit from it as well.
That's right.
And animals.
That's right. And you can actually head to printfresh.com and shop this print. This was specifically designed by Kathy and her daughter, Nikki, as this year's holiday print for charity.
There was a lot happening upstairs, but I had a feeling that the pool house was going to be where it was at again.
Under the pool.
Under the pool, obviously. And down we went, and my goodness, was it. You couldn't look anywhere without somebody wanting to give you something.
It was unreal. So when we first got down there, first of all, there was a map of all of the brands that had activations. And so you kind of made your way through the home. And our first stop was the caviar bar. Guys, I've never had caviar before. And so the fact that my first time having caviar was at Kathy Hilton's house it just felt right. I felt like I loved that for me.
Absolutely.
And I gotta say, it was absolutely delicious. They did these little caviar bumps, put a little on your hand, you lick it off, and you just sit back and enjoy. What a treat.
And what's better with caviar than champagne? Of course, Mama Hilton is gonna have champagne. So the Moet was flowing. We were drinking champagne. We were having caviar. And of course, Casa del Sol, everywhere you looked, we might have taken a shot, maybe two, along with the caviar and the champagne. I mean, it could not have been a better experience. So, we have this decadent experience. And then we make our way into another gifting suite where we are met with probably two of the sweetest housewives, Crystal and Heather Dubrow.
Oh my gosh. So they were so kind. I told Crystal, I was really hoping I was going to get to meet you at BravoCon, and I didn't get a chance to. So I'm so happy I'm meeting you here. She couldn't have been kinder. She chatted with us for a couple of minutes. We told her we love her on the show and we wish we could see more of her. And she agreed. But we just said, keep doing what you're doing because, she doesn't put it on for the camera too much. She really is her authentic self. And we said, keep doing you, boo. You're doing amazing, sweetie.
And she was right there with Heather, too, because they were going to do a little dinner, right?
Yeah, they were waiting, or their husbands were waiting for them to go have dinner together. So I love when there's crossover. I love when they are genuinely friends in person, outside of the show and outside of the realm of Bravo. I love that the idea of Terry and Rob being friends. I'm so into it. So
Heather also looked incredible.
Incredible. Head to toe Prada. I mean, you can't get any better. Let's talk about another crossover that I was not expecting in the least. The one and only Rachel Zoe arriving, a former Bravo celebrity we all know and love, a fashion icon. She shows up to Kathy Hilton's and I only had 2 words for her. I die. That's all I could think to say to this woman who I have looked up to for over a decade, more, maybe 2 at this point. It was just
what's age? We don't need to add numbers.
It was just so iconic in every way. And everybody was so nice. They were there to celebrate Kathy and support the charities. And it was just amazing.
So after we made our way through the gifting suite downstairs once, there was a silent auction. I saw this pink wreath. We know Kathy makes wreaths, right? We've seen that before. She's a crafter. She does all this decor by herself. I saw this pink wreath and I was like, I need to have that pink wreath in my life. Come to find out, it was a wreath that she did for Rihanna and it was custom made by Kathy. And so I put my bid in for the silent auction. It was early on in the night and I was like, I don't know if we're going to get it, but we'll see what happens. And then I also saw that Kathy was auctioning off some of her own personal jewelry items. And guys, I got one. I got something.
She got the ring.
I got this gorgeous ring from Kathy herself. And again, proceeds go to charity. I did end up winning the pink wreath as well. So that will be, in my new backdrop at home. And just a constant reminder of this magical night.
Just never take it down, right? You keep that up.
Oh, no, that's Christmas year round.
It's Christmas year round. So Sophia, do you want to take us into what happens next?
Absolutely. So we mosey on. We're absolutely famished from all of this magical wonder. We head on upstairs. We decide that now's the right time for a potato with some caviar on it because, we passed the Moet vending machine, got a little something, and what goes better, as Kim said, we are sitting in the blue powder room. And who joins us on this lovely couch but Faye Resnick? Again, the stunning, iconic Faye Resnick.
Gorgeous.
Just gorgeous. Was I lying?
No,
you were not lying. Like stunning, beautiful. Doesn't look a day over 40.
No, not at all. She sat down and I told her I embarrassed myself last week when I did a double take on you. I'm so sorry. I'm not a weirdo. And she was just so complimentary as well, just having a ball. And then we were just chatting about how if we owned this home that we are presently sitting in, we would probably not take kindly to people eating things on couches and ottomans and other such items that, again, are very nice and very well kept. But she said, Kathy's never cared about that. Easy going, easy breezy, and we love that. So it was really stunning. And I think that was the point where Rachel Zoe came in and goes, "Where's Kathy?"
Because no one had seen Kathy at this point. And, she was doing interviews. So she wasn't out with the party yet, but we were hoping. But I was like, honestly, even if we don't see Kathy, obviously I'm hoping that we do. But at this point, I was so thrilled just to be there and grateful that I was like, even if we miss Kathy, this is still going to be an epic night.
Her essence was there.
Her essence was there.
But the moment that I saw her, I immediately felt her presence. You could feel that Kathy had entered the room. The energy shifted. And so we immediately get up from where we are sitting from Faye and walk over. She's exiting her library. She was doing an interview. So of course she needs to go take a moment to herself. So we go over to the entryway. They're setting up a photo booth. It's where the Christmas tree is with the black and white tile. The photo, if you've seen on my Instagram, that's where we were waiting. Then Kathy descends down the stairs. And Sophia, I'll let you take it from here.
I didn't even realize that you had seen her. And so I wasn't anticipating an angel descending from the stairs.
No, that's from above. That is truly how it was. Kathy came down like an angel.
2 potted little plants.
Yes. And Sophia was standing at the bottom of the stairs, ready to receive her.
Look up. And truly her hands are like this because she has 2 little potted plants. Probably because she's a decorating wonder.
Queen.
And is probably like, oh, that table doesn't have these. That needs it. So let me go fetch it.
And she just descended right into your arms. Like, straight shot and said, "You are so kind." Like, these were Kathy's first words. And it was just
Embraced me. Like, just the one most wonderful embrace. I think I left my body. I was soaring above us, not understanding that this was real, because I did not think that the object's going to remember who I was, certainly.
And guys, just to remind you, this is from our video on YouTube that we posted last week. This is how Kathy knows who we are, knows who Sophia is. She watched that video, immediately sees Sophia, gravitates towards her. I go, "Kathy, hi, I'm Kim from Bravo Breaking News." She goes, "I know."
she knows, you guys.
She knows?
She did know.
She knew. She's like, we've been talking for a while. I mean, she was locked in with you.
Guys, if you guys have been following Bravo Breaking News, you know that I have been Team Kathy from the very, very beginning. And I guess she noticed because we have, DM'd a few times on Instagram before. We did meet at BravoCon. She did remember that from 2 years ago. So this was kind of a culmination of all of those things of, the years of support, which, I've given just unconditionally. I don't need anything in return for that, Kathy. But Kathy was so thankful. And she says, you know what she said? She said, "There's naughty and there's nice. And you guys, you're nice."
I think it's just always important to remember. I know we spoke about this a little bit last week. These women give themselves to us as entertainment, but we have to remember that these are human beings.
Yes.
And they are still humans that go home to their families, that have feelings, that are real. You touch them and they are real. They're not just here for us. We're thankful that they're here for us. But, it goes beyond that.
And I mean, talk about real. Kathy is the realist. She is a real one. And this interaction is just the first of many that we have during this night. So, she's
so real. She told you she had to go put on some lipstick.
She had to go touch up her lipstick, as one does. She doesn't watch What Happens Live. She's got to go do it, after a 2-hour interview with Extra. So she goes and touches up. We continue mingling. We go back downstairs to check out the jewelry. And we run into Kathy and who else but Kim Richards downstairs. As we're getting bracelets, we see Kathy getting a bracelet. She says, let's all get friendship bracelets. So guess what we did?
I sure did.
We have permanent jewelry,
Permanent friendship bracelet.
courtesy of the Sis Kiss. This does not have a clasp, guys.
Yep.
This is on us.
This is forever, Kathy.
Until it falls off. And Kathy, you're bonded with us forever.
And it's okay if you chop it off. That's okay. In our hearts, it's okay.
And so if you guys watched the last video, you remember that Sophia pointed out one of her favorite things from Christmas at Kathy's was a blanket of Paris's in the theater.
Absolutely.
And so last night, Kathy remembered that from the video, and she said, oh, come in the theater with me. Let's take some pictures in the theater. And she brought us into the theater, sat Sophia down, put the Paris blanket on her lap.
Put it on your lap. Put it on your lap. Go ahead. And then
Put her own blanket on her lap. You guys were snuggled up like you were ready to watch a Christmas movie together.
I mean, I was ready. I was ready to say goodbye to everybody at home and just cozy on up. No, it was incredible. And it was in that moment where I realized that she saw the whole video. And she goes, oh, yes, it was long.
Kathy sat there and watched our entire 30-minute video recapping her own party. Yes, she did. She knew every detail. So Sophia and her had a moment. Then Lisa and I joined. Kim Richards shows up. She brings in the professional photographers from the party to get a photo of all of us in the theater. We have not received the photos yet, but those will be posted the second they are received.
I mean, that's going to be my Christmas card this year.
Yes.
Sorry, family. That is my Christmas card.
Just rip whatever you've already got from me. Like the what I want everybody to remember too is that there were so many people still outside.
Yes.
Like, it's not like the party disbanded by any means, but these two very generous women decided to spend some time with us in the movie theater.
It was unbelievable. The attention and the care and the, making sure that we were being taken care of and being treated well, and we were getting this and we were doing this. She was making this an experience that we will truly never forget.
And you guys, this was not a press event, okay? There was not press there apart from Extra, which she was doing a private interview with, but there was no red carpet. There were no other bloggers that we knew of there. So the fact that we were experiencing this was just it was just out of this world, mind blown, beyond what we ever expected. I mean, I had zero expectations, but beyond what I could have ever even imagined for this.
But wait. There's more. So the party does start to wind down, right? People are leaving. It's emptying out. You guys go and check on your auction items. You win the wreath. You get the rings. Kathy and Kim are still mingling about downstairs. Kathy is making a point to check in with every vendor, every brand, testing the products, taking photos. I mean, it is everything. And before we leave, we just have to ask Kathy for one more picture in front of the iconic Christmas tree in the foyer. She's like, of course, let's make our way upstairs. But before we get the picture, she turns to her butler, George, who is a lovely human, and tells him, tell these girls to meet me in the library and ask them what they want to drink.
I'm sorry, what?
As if I had not died enough times that evening.
You guys, we were invited for a nightcap. The three of us were invited for a nightcap. I didn't even know, I didn't even understand what was happening. We were escorted into the library. George asked what we would like to drink. We said, whatever Kathy is having. And he sat us down and, he said, well, that's Kathy's normal seat. We said, okay, well, we will obviously not sit there. And we were in this, beautiful space there was a Christmas tree in every room. The one in here was very colorful, twinkling lights. There's personal family photos around. It was just so special to, be invited into this intimate space of hers. And
I didn't want to touch anything. Yeah. Can we even sit here? Is it okay?
Sophia took this video of me and I am just in shock. It's one thing to be in Kathy Hilton's home, but to be invited into such an intimate space It's Kathy's office, she told us. She sits in that library and does her work and takes meetings and does interviews. And we were invited into this space to share this intimate moment with her. And it was just everything.
Yeah.
And by the way, we're also in our pajamas now.
Oh, yeah. So we're full on having a sleepover.
Yeah, the cozy vibes are at their maximum.
So then Kathy comes in. She makes sure that we, had our drinks, and she joins us for a glass of wine and some bubble yum. Turns out Kathy loves bubble yum gum. And we literally spent probably an hour and a half just in there chatting, recanting tales of yesteryear about growing up, about Michael Jackson, about Janet Jackson. Kim comes in. We're all just, the five of us are the only ones there. Okay. Apart from staff who are cleaning up, it is only us left in the home. And we just kept thinking to ourselves, what are we doing here? Are we overstaying our welcome? But, they kept engaging with us.
So kind, just so kind. The generosity, it just knows no bounds. It was incredible.
We got to talk about Big Kathy, and they were telling us these stories about how Big Kathy was the ultimate mom. She was a mom to everybody you met. And I immediately say, I see that in you. I see that in Kathy and Kim, because they were both so just welcoming and genuine right off the bat. They were so nurturing, so mothering. It just came so natural to them. So Big Kathy has definitely made an impact on them and kind of made an impact on us as well.
Yeah. We truly felt like the guests of honor last night, whether we were or not. That's how she made us feel. And it just was unbelievable that this is how the night ended, with us being invited for a nightcap in the library. And we got home and none of us could sleep because we were just so excited, so amped up, and, running through these details of the night, which I'm sure we're going to be, recounting forever. We all told her, we were like, beyond these bracelets, we are bonded for life from this evening.
Bonded for life. Let's not forget Kathy's Christmas tour. She took us around her home to the different rooms and pointed out the crafts, almost everything in her home. The Christmas decor she makes herself. She gets the cones from Michael's. She finds these ornaments. She glues them on to make a spectacularly beautiful, stunning tabletop tree. The wreaths are handmade. I mean, she has 2 craft rooms in her house. She lives at the craft store. She loves Pinterest. She loves Etsy. I mean, she's one of us.
100%. What I remember saying, Etsy? Did you just say you spend time on Etsy? She goes, all the time.
She's always on Etsy. And it's just like, this is just her. She loves doing this. She truly is Kathy Claus. She truly is like Mrs. Christmas. She just loves it. And you can tell that from her energy, from her vibe. Like, she lives for this.
Even that gentleman that we were with, Rev, he says, it's like, this is just who she is. She is just so generous. And because we were shocked that you guys were talking about how she remembers you from 2 years ago, he goes, that's just who she is. She remembers.
So, I mean, I don't even know, last video, we asked Sophia, where do you go from here? It's kind of downhill. Well, obviously it went up.
Yes.
For Sophia, but now
the peak has gotten even higher somehow.
We've reached a peak. We spent the night, not spent the entire night, but we spent an evening with Kathy Hilton, with Kim Richards, both of who were the most pleasant, welcoming, gracious human beings that you will ever meet. So down to earth. I mean, just, there's no words. I can't.
No words except for the 30 minutes that we just spilled out.
a lot of words, but just to, put it, just to try to describe it is very difficult. It's very difficult to try to put into words. We can describe what went on, but describing how you feel,
yes,
and how I still feel and how appreciative and thankful I am. I mean, there are no words to describe it really, but I think we just want to say thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts, Kathy. And I just want to say, follow your passion, guys. We love Bravo. As Sophia said last time, we've been watching from the beginning. We watch everything. We support everybody. We do it all. And we do it just because we love it. And the fact that we were rewarded with such an amazing experience is proof to just follow your passion and good things will happen.
That's right. It was truly a Christmas miracle, and it'll feed us for years to come.
And it's all downhill from here.
So make sure you guys tune in. We will have updates, and I just like to manifest, maybe a Kathy or Kim appearance on the show in the near future. So
We're putting it out there.
We're putting it out there, manifesting as we do now. So who knows, guys? Stay tuned. Please subscribe. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Maybe we'll do another Q&A to answer all of your guys' questions. But in the meantime, stay tuned and have a happy holidays.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.